Yo, what is going on, Omi homies and Omets? And in this one, we will be talking about and literally watching Paul Barron's interview of Dan Carruthers, one of the co-founders of Veve. So without further ado, let's just go ahead, we'll cut the music and get right to the chase. And this one's pretty cool, all right? So I've gotten about halfway through, but we're gonna restart it kind of towards the beginning. And of course, we have the link in the description below, so you can go and watch the original video. But you wanna go ahead, if you wanna watch it here on the channel, you're more than welcome to. We're just gonna go ahead, dissect it, talk about it a little bit. And of course, you wanna give Paul Barron a big subscribe and follow him if you don't wanna miss any more videos like that. Paul Barron, incredible YouTuber, content creator, really more than that. He's like a, you know, very sharp guy, analyzes the entire market. I mean, incredible, right? Very smart intellect, right? So let's go ahead and just dive right into it. Yo, thank you, Tylo. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate that, appreciate it. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this going here and go ahead and start. Like I said, I linked this video. I'm gonna actually go ahead and put it up here in the chat. So in case you want to go show Paul some love, give this video a big thumbs up and hit that sub and bell over there on his channel as well. We do see Omi homies in the chat. When he goes live, I do see those red circles popping up in his chat. So definitely, if you are, you should definitely add that big red circle in your YouTube handle if you want to be seen. This is how we identify each other. It is the bat signal, literally like Dan Carruthers' t-shirt. It is the bat signal of the entire NFT crypto space. When you see those red circles up, you know we're riding together and it is the fam. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Pallet Zachary Roy, hope you're having a good morning, my guy. Yo, what is going on? Welcome in, welcome in. We might as well share this with the other Omi homies as well. We got some other news too, so stay tuned for that. We'll be talking a little bit about Disney. We'll be talking a little bit about their upcoming D23 event, which we've been watching here on the channel. If you know, then you know. If you're one of the OGs, we have been keeping track of D23 for a while on the channel. We thought it was going to happen last year, and it looks like this year there's going to be some announcements. Is it going to be with Veve? Is it not? It looks like there's just games right now, but still very interesting. We'll talk about that in a little bit, all right?
Looking product. When you look at your achievements that you guys
So like I said, we're going to be diving right into it. Let me go ahead and make sure volume is good, and we are Gucci.
have really kind of gone across since 2018, kind of walk me through some of the big elements that you have achieved.
Let me know if volume's sound is good.
Now.
So I think the the major one is really onboarding a lot of the licensors. So you know, when we started Veve, we really wanted to corner a certain part of the market, and that was number one, the collectible crowd, and we wanted to bring them IP like Disney, Marvel, DC, etc. So you know, back 4 or 5 years ago, you know, when David and I were traveling the world, meeting all of the licensors, you know, really nobody knew what an NFT was, and we would really pitch it as digital collectibles. So it was a completely new, untried, unproven concept. And so I'd say the biggest achievements for us was really, you know, getting over the line with a lot of these licensors. And that kind of went hand in hand with the other achievement, which was basically building out the app. We actually built the product internally over about 3 years, and we sort of rebuilt it over and over. And then every time we'd go back to see some of the licensors, you know, we'd have a new version of the product, and they slowly started to understand, you know, what it was we were creating. So yeah, onboarding the licensors, you know, creating the app and getting it to the point before we launched. And then, yeah, I guess the other achievement was just the uptake from the community.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's interesting, you know, we have communities that follow our show. We've had several Veve fanboys that have been on our show breaking down, you know, just the environment of collectibles.
That was me.
over the period of time that we really covered Metaverse and NFTs and kind of the growth in blockchain.
By the way, gotta say that I love Dan's t-shirt. I do own that t-shirt, so you know I had to throw that in there. But yeah, like listen to what he says about the community. This is pretty big, right? Veve and the Omi homies are literally one of the biggest you know, communities in the space. Literally, somebody else is streaming this interview, by the way, right now. So this proves the community is big, right? So let's go ahead and continue.
Blockchain gaming. And
No other project that I know of has multiple YouTubers streaming interviews of a project that I know of. This is literally one of the only projects. All right, you know what to do if you're liking the stream, by the way.
VV crowd is one of the, I would say, the most passionate. We have a handle, a kind of a handle on who
You know what, baby.
passionate crowds are, and they kind of run in certain factions, it seems like. So you guys have done a great job in terms of branding. Let's talk a little bit about some of the elements that you guys have started to roll out. One is the VV Artworks program launch. I also want to talk about kind of your focus in and mission toward
Dino, what's going on, man? I saw you streaming though. You're what?
If we're
Stream away, man. Stream away.
The future. Talk to me about.
Hey, I was just talking about that. Like, this is the only community where you'll see multiple YouTubers streaming interviews like this. Like, the VV fam is strong. All right, we're in the middle of a bear market, but no worries, man. The community is still strong, right?
Those two elements there.
Like, oh my egos.
Yeah, well, just to touch on the carbon neutral side, I mean, we sort of realized early on that, working with these large providers, these large IP companies like Disney, DC, Marvel, etc., they are always going to have a...
Oh, dang. Dino sent everybody here. Yo, welcome everybody from Dino String. Egg Gang in the house. Egg Gang United. United Egg Gang. We need some Egg Gang shirts. Dino, where's my Egg Gang shirt, man? We need Pineapple Gang shirt, and we need the two gangs on one pack a piece right here. I might just get it tatted up. If we go 10-cent Omi, $10 Omi, those Cavell projections, I might just get a pineapple and an egg gang, just egg tattooed on one pack a piece. What do you say, Dino? Are you up for it? Are you gonna get those tattoos with me?
I want to make sure that the products, whatever products they're doing, are environmentally friendly. Otherwise, everyone's going to get flat.
Yo,
so
poetry delivery. Thanks for subbing.
We were first out there launching and choosing a blockchain. We started off with GoChain, which was very low cost, carbon neutral. And then obviously as things started to progress and evolve, we then moved over to IMX. Really.
Hey, Reslone, let's go. Reslone 1.
And for us, it is just it's a very important thing. But I'd also like to say on the carbon neutral side, like if you compare...
I'm down for your chest to be tattooed just all over.
Digital collectibles, the carbon footprint of...
Yo, what's going on, poetry?
A stone or a polystone statue or a plastic toy can be considerably high. So I really think that, this new digital version of collectibles, while it might be on blockchain and that kind of thing,
gang,
still... goes a long way to reducing environmental footprint.
For sure. I think the future around collectibles in general, it just seems like a natural evolution, I think, around just how art and creative is going to be done in the future. Obviously, that plays well into the collectibles space. VV Artworks program launch. Tell me more about that program.
He's going to announce Banksy's.
Yes, we've been very excited.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, fam.
To launch the artwork program, it's been in development for quite a while, and Veve always followed a different model from what most other NFT platforms or products do.
Yo, Slider, what's going on? What's going on?
In the sense that we are more like a physical.
Hey, don't forget to give Paul Barron a big sub. All right, sub for the dub so you can win. He also has some pretty cool tools. Where I might actually become affiliate. I might go sign up for that today because I think it's actually really cool. He tracks sentiment across. Anyways, we'll talk about it later.
Tens of thousands of editions, and those editions have different
I'm hyped.
And that's kind of our model for the core business. But we also understand that in the world of art, people want to buy that original. They want that one of one, and obviously
they want that Warhol piece, David Warhol, baby.
This is also
they want that Dino Warhol.
very popular across the NFT
Randy Warhol with eyebrows
space. So
hey, it's up for auction, by the way. That Randy Warhol, it's only $15 up for auction. Ends in 7 days.
We just saw a really good opportunity with our artists and some of our licensors to really give the opportunity for these artists to sell their artworks one of one. And what I think is interesting about this space is back in the day, just as an example, an artist would paint, like say for example, a
Yeah.
comic book cover, and then they would have that original piece of art on canvas. And those artists actually had the right to sell that one piece.
Right.
Now, obviously, when digital came along, that kind of all went out the window, and artists didn't really have the opportunity
So this was a big deal at first when Veve got started, by the way. We're going to get into that in just a second.
to supplement their income. So now moving into this new one of one, we're kind of coming back full circle, allowing artists to sell these sort of one of one pieces. So
This is huge, all right? This is something I've been waiting for the beginning. As a matter of fact, I tagged one of the artists from last year very early on. I think it was, sorry, I got a fly flying around in my studio here, but we, I basically tagged her, right? I said, hey, it would be amazing if you had your art on Veve. She was already on there, but it's Becky Cloonan, I think it was. So we actually may see some DC stuff. I don't know. That's what I'm really excited for. DC one-of-one art canvas prints, like one-of-ones. Are you kidding me? Let's go. All right. So I think we'll see DC. All right. I really do. We'll see DC cover art. I don't know. Let me know if you think that's going to come. I think it will. I think it will. Because Veve actually responded to that tweet. So I tagged Becky Cloonan, I think it was, and I was like, hey, you should do your art on here. And she's like, well, they don't really pay, they don't pay artists like that. Veve responded, hey, can you send us a DM? So this has been a long time coming. I've been really waiting for this one-of-one stuff. Obviously, I'm strapped on gems. Like, people are bidding pretty insane like amounts, and yeah, but this is still exciting, right? I still want, like, once they keep dropping these, hopefully I'll have a chance to get one of these pieces on one of the artists I like. So anyways, long time coming. I think we'll see DC stuff. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, we're really excited. We've got a lot of amazing artists and licensors coming onto the platform.
Ooh, you heard it right there. Yeah.
The first one that we sold last week.
And he's literally on this subject too. So when he says we have more artists and brands coming to this specific format, this is really important to notate that. So keep that mental note. Maybe take that off, put that in your note sheet.
There he is there. David Yu himself with Andy Warhol's hair, commissioned by Ron.
No, when Dan Crowther's Warhol piece.
Very well. I think it sold for just under 30,000. So really excited about just this new type of channel and new offering. We're always wanting to bring new types of product to the platform.
Yeah, I think it's got a lot of legs with really the future of how.
Yo, all right. Hang on a minute. Look at this. What is that? That is the first evidence we've seen in a Dan Crowther's interview of a Banksy's piece. Okay. All right. We're screenshotting that bad boy. That's going up on Twitter immediately. That is going up on Twitter immediately.
Creators are really going to
the
future of collectibles. So I like it. I think it's a innovation. I think that we'll continue to see more of. When you think about the number of unique projects that have been represented out here in the early stages of blockchain, especially around collectibles and NFTs, there's a lot of potential partnerships here. Why do you think some of the biggest brands out there have chosen Veve to go this route? Because there's a handful of companies that could also be in this group. What makes you guys so unique and different?
I think two things. Number one, we started very early. So we've been talking to licensors for the past 3-4 years, and some of the deals that we have with licensors now took a few years for us to excuse me to come to fruition. And I think what really resonated the most was that we always approached them as collectors. We wanted to serve the fandoms. We wanted to represent the IP in a way that we know fans would like, rather than just being, say for example, a marketplace selling an NFT. And I know that when we were pitching towards the end, there were a lot of other companies coming in trying to secure the deals as well. But really, I think just the fact that our approach has been very much about the collector, about the IP, about the fandom, and that really resonated with the licensors. And I think it also made it easier for them to sort of understand, what this new emerging industry was.
Well, and I think you hit on something really important. That is the ability to translate into a digital environment, and that's something that is still, I think, being explored by a lot of really great designers right now. Because translating, an in real life device, a comic, a figurine, whatever it might be in terms of a collectible, trying to translate that into a digital environment, art wise, feel, UX, all those kind of things are really critical. So I think the point, you're right, is that you guys have done a really good job with that, kind of moving it to the next level. What do you think, when you look at where Veve could go in the future, Veveverse, obviously you guys have presence at, Comic-Con, etc. There's a big potential here to really kind of connect those two audiences, the IRL audience with the true digital audience. What do you think that future holds for where you guys are going right now?
Yeah, it is an interesting one with the metaverse. Really, right now, Veve is ultimately a content creation platform, and you and maybe some of your watchers will know that when we create our digital collectibles, they are always in 3D. So you can view them in augmented reality, you can interact with them, and then this kind of lends itself to moving into Web3 or Metaverse, which is ultimately just a big 3D world, 3D environment.
Yo, what's going on, Gail? Great question, says Dino.
For sure.
As that starts to play out,
Reslon says they now have Banksy's money.
Obviously, we've got content that people have already collected, and then
Boo 777, what's up, man?
Evolution step is to take that content and move it into the metaverse.
I'm more excited about the Batman shirt. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, that's obvious one, right? Like, I think the Batman 101s, maybe we'll see some more DC pieces. That's been something I've been speculating on. I'm sure the Gil has too. It's something we've all been waiting for a long time, right?
Now, there are quite a few complications around that in terms of, licensing, where content can and can't be shown. So I think there's...
And Kenobi, this is not live. This is uploaded. So this just came out.
It's still very new for this licensed IP world. But, with Veve, really it's about, we'll be taking baby steps into it. We have a vision and an understanding of where we want to go. But the
NASA confirmed.
Still very, very
What's up, Kobe Collects? What's going on, Kobe?
I'm very interested to see sort of how it's going to evolve.
Wait, is that even in the app? Yo, hold up.
Taking baby steps into it. We have a vision and an understanding of where we want to go. But the metaverse is still very, very early. So I'm very interested to see sort of how it's going to evolve. And then if I can go one step further, which might seem a little bit crazy, a little bit out there, but the reality is, for me anyway, that in the next 5-10 years, augmented reality is going to be a huge part of our lives, whether it's glasses or eventually contacts. And in that world, in that mixed reality world, we're going to see digital content. So, I really believe that, a Batman Todd 100 that you manage to get now could literally be sitting in the corner of your house or the corner of your office, and it will always be there, part of your world. So it's going to be very interesting just to see, as you mentioned in the beginning, where the physical and digital mix is going to go to. But yeah, I'm very excited to be a part of that and to help, potentially shape where it goes.
I'm glad you mentioned AR and mixed reality, because I do agree with you. I think that is one of the big, at least from the low-hanging fruit side of where tech movement is going, that's probably one of the ones that will be most likely accepted by a lot of people in general, across a lot of genres of gaming, NFTs, and then you can flow into the demographic side, which could be starting to get into people even my age who love collecting, or brand new collectors, or NFT collectors kind of coming into the space maybe for the very first time. So I think it will cross an interesting boundary there for demographic purposes. All right, so we want to thank our sponsors today, and that is Gala Games. Make sure and check out their new film nodes, which are on sale now. You guys, of course, can do that just by going to Gala Games. And another thing they've got going, of course, is Spider Tanks, getting ready to release free to play. So this is a new feature coming out in terms of the game array that does.
This game actually looks fun. I'm really familiar with Gala.
Gala is offering, so make sure and check that out.
Spider Tanks does look fun.
Also signing up for Gala Films, so you can.
By the way, this video is brought to you by Phantom Galaxies. Be sure to check out Phantom Galaxies today. Actually, I'll be streaming that later. They didn't sponsor this video, but I'll be playing it later. So
actually be part of the community, start to learn a little bit more about all that. Make sure and hit the links below for more information and help the channel out. I want to get into a few questions, just a line list of questions we have around what could be really helping drive not only Veve, but obviously OMI, the supporting token. If there's no self-custody integration preventing, what is, I guess, preventing whales from joining Veve? When you look at...
just repeat.
Yeah, Danny has the same shirt as Logan Paul in his last podcast. That's very interesting. I have that same shirt as well. So I as you know, well, maybe you don't know, I've worn that shirt in a lot of my Veve videos and YouTube videos.
So, is no self-custody...
I really love that old school logo.
...preventing whales from actually joining in to Veve? So the potential for really drawing in large collectors, people really wanted to invest a large amount.
Yeah. So recently we launched the web platform, and one of the main sort of reasons we did that is because of the onboarding in terms of the fiat on ramp. So with whenever you run through a mobile, like in-app purchases, it can be quite limited as to how much you could purchase in a single transaction. So one of the advantages with the web platform was the ability to tap into the
Kanye West. Look, we got to rewind that. Watch this.
The ability to
Kanye West confirmed.
Tap into the credit card network, which
Yeezys confirmed.
Right.
A lot more.
We're getting Yeezys.
A lot more fiat, and we do have a few other features coming up in the future to help people, get more liquidity into the platform.
You know, a lot of people don't talk about this, a specific fact about the Todd McFarlane Batman. Dan Crothers actually helped create that piece in Veve. So it's got some actual co-founder lore. It is the only piece I think that has that lore attached to it. So just another added value to Todd McFarlane Batman. And full disclosure, I own just one Todd Batman. I wish I could own a lot.
Yeah, we're showing some examples of the app use in play there. As far as physical NFT displays, converting a lot of this, what we have within our Veve apps, being able to flip that over to maybe like a smartwatch, a TV, a digital frame, all those sorts of things. What's the potential for that in the future?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I mean, it's something that Dave and I have spoken about quite a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of great quality digital frames coming out in the world right now, and I think there's also a lot of opportunity for smart TV apps as well. That is something that is on our roadmap. I personally think it would be amazing if when I'm not watching TV, if I could have my Veve collection, or like we see on screen here, looking through my showroom. I think that's really one of the ways that this digital collecting is going to enter the real world is through these kind of mechanisms, whether it's a digital frame or TV app. So yeah, I absolutely believe that is the way.
What about utility? That's one of the, I think it's one of the knocks right now on the NFT industry overall. You have some NFTs that have really unique utility. They kind of extend the digital experience with some sort of in real life or other digital utility aspect. Where do you see that going with how you guys are going to integrate that into the services inside the Veve app?
So yeah, I mean, it is an interesting one, utility. Obviously, it's something that is here to stay, will more than likely always be part of NFTs. But when you come from a collector background, if I go and buy a statue of Iron Man, and I put it on my desk, like that is the utility of it. I'm buying that piece because I love it and I love the character. I want to see it. I want it around me. So I don't believe that every collectible, every NFT actually needs utility beyond the ability to look at it, interact with it, in the same way that you would with a real physical statue.
Yeah, those drivable DeLoreans are sick, man.
However, with NFTs, there obviously is a great opportunity to build in this utility, and we have obviously done some drops with utility built in, like with the Disney Plus week, where everybody who purchased a Disney Plus
Choo, kind of got money. Hey, I'll save. Actually, I'm not gonna say it on the stream because anytime I mention something, like I get like 3 or 4 people that just go and buy it. So I'm gonna keep what I'm gonna buy on the DL.
Got 6 months free Disney Plus subscription. We've also done other utilities with movie chains, etc. So it's really interesting in this licensor space.
Love those Ultraman posters.
And that this is a very good way to either retain.
I love how they're using Todd Batman as curtains back there. That is hilarious.
This is a very good
like a backdrop.
Either retain existing fans or
so sick
bring new people into the platform and in a way offer it as a digital item as opposed to a physical item.
Yeah. Interesting aspect there, because I think that will be, to me, is going to be the big leverage point for NFTs, is how utility is integrated in some way, in creative ways, in the future for sure.
Yeah.
Couple of questions in, and then I want to get into some of my questions around Omi. Incorporating more game assets, number one, and then also any kind of social media integration. We are seeing some movement with partnerships with Instagram.
Yeah, there's still like Capcom. They had the original license that they released. It was Capcom was one of those, Monster Hunter. So we still have yet to see some of those like actual game IP in the app that we should expect.
TikTok, others that would be very welcoming of something like this that could be tied to a digital collection, especially through Veve. What are your thoughts on those kinds of potential use cases?
Yeah. I mean, I love it. The sort of PFP. I mean, the person who got that one of one. I mean, amazing to be able to have that as your profile picture and verifiable. A lot of collecting is around bragging rights. You get that number one, you get that one of one, or that low edition, or the secret rare. So it is something that we are absolutely looking into. Again, we have to tread a bit carefully because we're actually using other people's IP. So we can't just go and roll that out, wherever we want. There are some sort of, sensitivities around that, but ultimately.
But look at this. This is already on TikTok. Somebody already putting this NFT, somebody else's IP on their personal account on TikTok, right? So this is the future. I think Veve is going to naturally go in this direction. A lot of these brands and IP are going to be like, of course, people can put it as a profile picture on social media. So this is kind of a non-question for me. Is Veve going to do it? Of course they are. I think it's a matter of time. It's just we're waiting on Immutable X to fully roll out those features and that interoperability inside of, like, let's say social media world, right? That kind of interoperability, not the interoperability in terms of like, I'm going to list it on OpenSea. No, it's more like just connecting to social media platforms. And listen, we're still waiting on these social media platforms to fully roll these updates out anyways, right? They haven't rolled them out in mass. So we're still waiting on Meta and Twitter and all these other apps to fully integrate with these blockchains and these layer 2 solutions.
I really believe that is
wiener dog.
End up going.
That is hilarious. I love that. Check my video to in real life, Slinky. That is hilarious. I love it, man. That is so cool.
End up going.
Looking for a sole developer
integration. Yeah, like I say, it's just a great way for people to get those bragging rights.
Yeah, this is not live.
Yeah, for sure. I would love that. I think that.
But this just came out. Again, this is on Paul Barron's channel. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Give Paul Barron a proper shout out. There's a lot of Veve homies in the community. Look at this. We got Crypto Show. Cavell said $10. Oh, me. We have lots of other people. And Dan already did a comment on there. Paul knows. Even Taps trades on there. Taps is just on vacation, just been quiet, just posting like these little travel pictures, like a little vlogger, man. And even he's commenting on there. So go over there, show Paul Barron some love.
Just being able to see that kind of become a thing right now. Even though I think to a certain extent collectors kind of already
I'll
do this
devote
now
your
with
soul.
physical goods, because they'll do everything from comics to watches, you name it, that are really kind of moving in that direction.
Ooh.
It kind of skirts that IP boundary, but obviously as a commercial entity,
Tina, what's going on?
it's a little bit there. Let's get into Omi.
This is cool, man.
Here, one I want to know about.
See, I love these IRL like AR shots, man. These are so cool. A lot of you guys, I don't know if you remember the VV Art Show. It was the first like community initiative where we had everybody submit their pictures like this, and it was a giant competition, and people actually won collectibles directly from Veve. So Veve, I think, gave away like 3 collectibles, and the rest were donated by other Veve fam. And it was like the first Veve Art Show, and we've still yet to run one. I mean, I'm waiting. Hopefully, Omi the Clown will build it into his platform. We're still waiting on that. Yeah, so hopefully that'll happen eventually. We're supposed to build out a whole system in the Akomi wiki. We're waiting on that, so time will tell when the next VV Art Show will happen. I guarantee you it's going to be big, all right? It's going to be a massive VV Art Show if we are able to do it. So anyways, we'll go ahead and continue.
A couple of things. Obviously, I'm an Omi investor, full disclosure, guys. Omi stake,
Hey!
also
I
potential.
think that's technically the first time he's mentioned he's had a bag of Omi on air, at least, from what I recall.
Potential for listing Omi to where it's easier to get to, because it's a little bit of a hurdle to go and grab Omi today. What's the plan there for Omi?
Great
Yeah,
question.
so we have a
Omi the Clown, I knew you were lurking, man. I was gonna see, that's my strategy now, is like I just gotta like mention some things, just throw a little complaint in there, a little sprinkle of it, and it's coming. It's coming. All right, cool. All right, good. That's good to hear, man. Good to hear. I see you updating your platform. Super exciting, man. You got the ROI stuff built in. Really excited to see those updates. We're all gonna make it, says Kenobi. Yeah.
a big plan,
Yeah.
OMI, which is the OMI utility plan, which we have touched on with our audience in the past. We really hope to have rolled out a lot more of the OMI features into the app by now. But since we launched the platform, January last year, it literally just went crazy. I mean, the amount of people that we expected to come in was 20, 30x. So we actually had to spend a lot of our engineering time on the app, making sure that we could deal with the capacity and the growth, and really making sure that the core functionality was locked down. And during that time, the product sort of changed. Ebbs and flows as to how the product has ended up where it is today. So I think one of the advantages is now we have a stable collectible environment. And that's really given us an opportunity to go back and look at the tokenomics and really see, now that we know what the system is, it's XYZ, and we've got a lot of very cool features that we will be rolling out. I think
That's kind of interesting what he said there. It seems like they're trying to fully maybe have the best OUP program. That's what it kind of sounds like. So they're analyzing everything, kind of built the kind of OMI utility we've seen, this OMI universe, Epico Regal. So this is very interesting to hear him kind of say that. So yeah, maybe we see a better OUP than we initially thought, right?
Sometime over the next 1 to 2 months, we're going to be releasing the updated OMI utility program.
There it is. He said it right there. Okay.
And that has things like staking, OMI to NFT,
Maybe we can get a Paul Barron in the chat. Is Paul Barron here? We need to get a thumbs up. Everybody needs to go to Paul Barron's channel. By the way, hit that, if you like this interview, and show him some love, go ahead and hit that sub and bell too, so you don't miss any interviews like this, where he interviews lots of founders, incredible YouTube content creator, and really intellect in crypto.
All of these things which we've always spoken about in the past. I know Veve is
Steven.
Slow, but
Hey, Steven, I saw I see you as a member of the channel. I actually checked your Twitter out. You're actually a founder too. I think you do IP in the NFT space as well. So shout out to Steven as well. Just want to give him a quick little shout.
We always deliver in the end. So we've got a lot of the staking, and really, the idea here is that we want to create an ecosystem with the token that works in very well with the Veve app. After we launched and the app had to change a little bit, things got a bit disconnected. So I am very excited about rolling out the OMI utility program.
It sounds like you guys got some big stuff coming, so this is going to be a good one to watch for sure. What about OMI gem swaps? Would that be also included in kind of that roadmap?
We do have something along those lines. However, from my perspective, we need to be careful about how much sell pressure we put on OMI, right? So let's say, for example, you put a whole lot of OMI into the platform, and then you withdraw that as dollars. Okay, we as a business would have to sell down that OMI in order to make the to get the funds that you just cashed out. So it's something that we have always tried to avoid when building the platform. As the economy gets bigger and stronger, maybe it is something that we will bring in. But for now, we do have some other mechanisms to go from OMI to Gem. But really, I think the main utility is the OMI to NFT.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one for sure. Okay, so I'm a big self-custody.
Yeah. So that's just something to notate, and not to like pause Dan on a blinky picture there, but so that's what kind of the issue's been from the beginning, right? They had OMI to Gem kind of enabled like in the initial like first month or so or whatever. It's like you have to think though, if a lot of that OMI is in the app, like he just said, they have to like sell back the OMI or sell down OMI and create more sell pressure if people like decide to just run for the door. So I think they're waiting on more of that mature market, which makes a lot of sense. I think they need to slowly roll out like, more touch points in terms of fees, how they can work that out. I think they should release accessories pretty soon. I don't think they should wait on that. I think they should just go ahead and start releasing these assets in the app to create more touch points and more ways they can generate revenue, so they don't have to worry about things like that. And maybe additional showrooms. But right now we only have one showroom, but it would be nice if we had multiple showrooms, and that would be a way for them maybe to sell exclusive showrooms like what we've seen on Spatial. I think is what it's called, Spatial AR or whatever, where they're already selling like penthouses. I think this is the direction that they could go in, and it doesn't require a lot of development when you're just talking about a showroom. So this could play into in the Veveverse long run. I think they could, add that to the roadmap and have it as a sell point. Like, if you buy this showroom, you can use it in the Veveverse or as a showroom in the Veveverse and have people over. I do like the way Spatial has did it. But anyways, that's just my thoughts of how they could kind of remedy liquidity and adding more into the ecosystem.
And I love holding my tokens on ledgers and different devices out there. What about getting ledger integration with OMI? Any plan for that? That would be great.
So it already is. So you can actually already do this. If you send OMI ERC20 to your Ledger Ethereum address, it'll actually pick that up. So just want to let you guys know that is something you already can do, because I got some OMI on mine. I actually made a video. Hey, Kenobi, thanks for the super chat, my man. Cheers for the content. Heading to the pub quiz soon. Best wishes. Hey, man, have a good day at the pub and enjoy the rest of your day, man. Thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate it.
Well, I mean, yes,
Let's
right
go.
now because it's ERC 20. Technically you can store it on your ledger right now. But I think we probably need to be bigger profile before we can get onto these bigger these sort of main wallets. And ultimately, we're going through a number of different steps, rolling out a bunch of different features, and I think it's just inevitable that we will end up getting to that point.
Yeah, and I think maybe like as like an actual, I guess, store on here, but again, all you need is to download the Ethereum. Like, you don't really need to do much with the Ledger. Just have an Ethereum address and send your OMI to the Ledger Ethereum address, because if you have it on the ERC20 standard. If you're like old school and you have it on the Go chain, you don't want to send it to an Ethereum address because I don't think that's compatible. Like Go 20 or whatever their standard isn't compatible with ERC20 or the Ethereum network. So, yo, Thanks for pointing out the interview to me, fam. Hey, Dino. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for the chat, man. Egg gang in the house. Much appreciated, fam. Thank you, man. Thank you.
That we will end up getting to that point.
I like it. That's going to be good stuff. When you look at 2022, I mean, we're already halfway through here, more than half now. Any major release or major development within the VV kind of roadmap that you're really thinking, hey, this is kind of going to be our big one for this year?
I think really it's around product. So, we've brought out the one-of-ones. We've got some other really cool products coming out, which I would absolutely love to tell you, but I probably shouldn't. But really,
Go
I
ahead.
think
Go ahead, Dan. You can,
Yeah, man. Come on, Dan. Come on. Give us the alpha. Give us the alpha.
you can just come clean right here. It's okay. We're amongst friends.
I might get in trouble. I might get in trouble if I do that.
Love it.
And really, I think it's, we've got a very stable platform now, and it's really about a lot of these more sort of micro features, like bringing out metadata, rolling out the whole payout feature, getting the OMI utility program underway, improving the search social feed. So there are a couple of big things, but I think really, moving forward from here, it's about really improving on what the audience already likes and is.
Yeah, this is a good move in the bear market. Just include and start upgrading those features that we kind of want already in the bear market, right? You don't want to be adding those features like in the bull market because you're like, what the heck, right? So I think this is good. No reason to, I guess put the cart before the horse, right?
Already using.
Cool. I like it. All right, last question to you, and I'm thinking partnerships, especially around the retail side. AMC's making waves all the time with NFTs. You've got other players in the retail sector that are starting to look at NFT use cases. Could we see some sort of integration with Veve into a retail environment like that?
I would say yes. And in fact, there is a term for it, which is called phygital, which is half physical, half digital. And as I mentioned earlier, like for example, we've been approached by advertising agencies who might do who would typically do a physical toy giveaway, say at a supermarket. However, when the supermarkets do that, they get a lot of negative backlash because of the environmental issues of.
Yeah, that was like a lot of partnerships, right? That AMC did. AMC definitely diversified for sure. A lot of this is Veve though, and some of it was wax. I think one of them was maybe HRO, or was that Palm? I can't remember.
However, when the supermarkets do that, they get a lot of negative backlash because of the environmental issues of producing these plastic toys, etc. So that's why I was saying earlier, digital redemption, I think, is going to be a big part. But also, in terms of the link between a physical item and a digital, like if I go and buy a Batman statue, maybe I get the free digital version with it. I really think we're going to start to see a lot more of that in the future in certain areas.
Cool. I'm looking forward to that because I'm excited every time I see, and I'm kind of a big fan of AMC. Just their strategy, I think overall, they're a little bit edgy, and they're starting to kind of shake the trees a little bit in terms of how retailers are utilizing the phygital aspect of, especially where blockchain could go, and what especially around creative, which I think is just such a nice niche. Music,
By the way, I pitched that to Illuvi, man. It looks like they're doing that. So yeah, phygital definitely. In Web 2 wasn't maybe the best because you don't actually own the digital asset itself. So it doesn't make sense, right? But I think NFT space makes way better sense. Phygital is definitely like adds an extra layer of dimension here, and why I think it's going to be way more successful than the previous Web 2 version of Phygital, right?
I think we'll play into this in the future. We'll probably see some more.
And we already seen this in the Veve fam. You already know, like look behind me. We got the obviously the NFT version, and we have the physical right here without even having the I guess more official phygital, right? We just bought this on the secondary market on eBay or whatever, and we bought it the digital on Veve, right?
more things around film, all that kind of stuff kind of play into it for the future as well. But hey, Daniel, it has been great having you on the show, breaking down Veve and everything that's happening over there. We're looking forward to everything you guys are doing. So thanks for stopping in today. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Paul.
You bet. All right, so you guys are tuned in over to our podcast right now. Make sure and grab our YouTube channel. This is the best place to catch all these great interviews where we do deep dives just like this with people like Veve and others around the metaverse, blockchain gaming, NFT creators, as well as our traditional crypto asset breakdowns. We do all that right here on YouTube. Of course, you can catch all that. Make sure and join the Diamond Circle. It's really easy. It's part of our big group where we drop a lot of inside crypto stuff that comes in an email a couple times a week. We do AMAs, all kinds of cool stuff there. If you guys want to reach me, it is out there on Twitter at Paul Barron. We'll catch you next time right here.
Yeah, go show Paul love. I threw it in chat a few times. Definitely you want to like this video. Give it some thumbs up. Let's see if we can get over 200 likes on his video, which I'm sure we can. And yeah, just throw a comment on here. As well on the video. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. We definitely want to pump this video up so we can get this seen to more people. So definitely, I'm going to throw in a comment right now, actually. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So be sure to do that before you head out. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the interview. I didn't cover the first a few minutes or the first 2 to 3 minutes. So if you do want to watch the first few minutes in the intro, you can do that. It was kind of a synopsis of the intro to Veve and things like that. Definitely a lot to kind of unpack and break down here, and kind of like what Dan's thoughts are, being one of the co-founders of Veve, of course, and how he answered certain things. We could definitely break down some of that, and I think people will as well. Definitely be on the lookout for Dino's video. I know he's got one coming soon as well. A full breakdown probably of this interview, what he thought. So I want to give Dino a big shout out because I know he was streaming as well earlier. So be on the lookout for that. Should comment. Yeah. Go over to Paul's channel and throw out a comment on his YouTube video. So this video can perform really well. Veve videos perform really well on Paul Barron's channel, by the way. Paul's I did a interview with Paul back in the day, 65K views. This was a Veve video right here. These two were Paul Barron videos, and yeah, these videos do really well on his channel. So be sure to show this love. It's the bear market, so if you like Veve, you want to definitely go give Paul a sub and hit that bell over on his channel, and be sure to check out mine too. If you're new and you're considering, I would more than happy to have you as a channel member as well. As little as 99 cents per month, and I only collect literally YouTube takes 30% of that 99 cents. So I literally only get 69 cents. So that's only 99 cents per month. And yeah, hit that sub and bell so you don't miss any more streams and videos like this. It was a pleasure having everybody. Yo, Pavel in the house. Yo, what's going on, man? Always great to see you in the chat. Tina Sells, great stuff, Kyle. Thank you. Hey, thank you for being here, and thank you for chatting. Much appreciated, fam. Thank you, everybody, and all the viewers out there. And until next time, be like an NFT, be authentic, and be on the lookout for my next stream. I'll be doing some more gaming content here in my next stream, which is coming shortly. Phantom Galaxies, episode 1 through 4. It is a Web3 game, so if you are into Web3 games and you want to see some gameplay, you will be able to own your own assets in that game as well. So that's going to be one of the best games in the Web3 space at this time. So I think they have a huge, big future. And if you get started in some of these Web3 games, like what we've seen with Veve, it's going to be, I think there can be money to be made collecting some of these cosmetics or some of these things in some of these games. So it's best to get acquainted early before the masses come banging down the door, right? But that's all I got. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much again. And be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.